The front door clicked shut, and when she walked past me into the living room, I caught it, that smirk. A curl at the corner of her lips, playful, almost smug. "Don't ask," she said, tossing her heels to the side. Her voice laced with something I couldn't quite pin down. But I did want to ask. My stomach tightened like a fist. That was the moment everything shifted. I watched her sink into the couch, scrolling through her phone as if she'd carried the weight of the world on her shoulders all day. Her hair was tousled, her perfume faint but unfamiliar, sharp and citrusy, not the lavender she usually wore. "Rough day?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "Something like that." She didn't look up, didn't even offer me the courtesy of a smile. That's when I noticed her wedding ring was missing. My chest tightened. "Where's your ring?" Her eyes flicked up for the briefest second before dropping back to her screen. "Left it in the car." "Don't be dramatic." It sounded rehearsed, too quick, like she'd anticipated the question. That night, I lay awake beside her. She breathed evenly, facing the wall, while my mind replayed the smirk, the missing ring, the perfume. 1,000 threads of doubt wove themselves into a net that kept me from sleeping. The truth is, I'd seen red flags before, late nights, vague explanations, a sudden obsession with her phone. But I convinced myself it was work stress, or maybe she just needed space. I wanted to believe in the woman I married, the woman who once held my hand and promised forever. But forever felt fragile now. The next morning, I made coffee, set her mug down gently in front of her. She barely noticed. Her thumbs flew across her phone screen, eyes darting, lips twitching in tiny secret smiles. "Who's that?" I asked, pretending to keep it light. "No one." She locked the phone, slid it away. "Don't be paranoid." Paranoid. The word stung, because it wasn't the first time she'd used it. I couldn't take the gnawing anymore. While she showered that evening, I checked her bag. A second phone, cheap, with no case. My heart slammed in my chest. When I powered it on, a cascade of messages lit the screen. I didn't need to read them all. One line was enough. "Last night was perfect. Same place tomorrow." My hands shook as I slid the phone back where I found it. When she stepped out of the bathroom, wrapped in her robe, steam following her like a ghost, she caught my stare. "What?" she asked, her tone sharp. I forced a smile. "Nothing. Just thinking." But inside, something had broken. The betrayal was no longer a suspicion. It was fact. Yet I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I made a call. To her father. We'd never been close. He thought I wasn't good enough for her, that I lacked ambition. But I needed him there. I wanted her exposed in front of someone who couldn't deny the truth. "Dinner," I told him. "Tomorrow. My place. Don't be late." He hesitated but agreed. That night, as she drifted to sleep beside me, I lay awake again, staring at the ceiling. Anger and grief warred inside me, but beneath it all was something worse: love. I still loved her. Despite the lies, despite the image of her with someone else searing through my skull. It was the kind of love that begged for an explanation, even when the truth already stood in plain sight. The following day, I called the bank. With a few words, her access to our joint accounts vanished. I imagined her shock when she tried to swipe her card. That smirk wiped clean. By evening, the table was set. Candles flickered. A roast sat in the center untouched as I paced the kitchen. The doorbell rang. Her father stepped inside, his face drawn with suspicion. "What's this about?" "You'll see," I said. Minutes later, she walked in. She froze when she saw him sitting at the table, then glanced at me, her eyes narrowing. "What's going on?" she demanded. "Sit," I said. My voice was calmer than I felt. The air was thick, every tick of the clock echoing like a drum. Her father folded his arms. "Well." I slid the second phone across the table. It landed with a dull thud in front of her. Color drained from her face. "I don't," she started. "Don't lie." I cut in, my voice sharper now. "I saw the messages." Her father's eyes flicked between us. "What is this?" Silence stretched. Finally, she whispered. "It's not what you think." Her voice trembled, but the words sounded empty, fragile. "Not what I think." My laugh was hollow, jagged. "Tell me then. What is it? Who is he?" She gripped the phone, knuckles white. I just needed something different. I felt trapped. You never notice me anymore. You're always working, always tired. I didn't mean for it to go this far. Her confession hung in the air like smoke. Her father slammed his hand on the table. Do you realize what you're saying? After everything he's given you. She broke then, tears spilling, but they weren't the tears of remorse. They were the tears of someone caught, cornered. I felt nothing but a cold, aching emptiness. The rest of dinner passed in fragments. Her father berating her, me sitting in silence, watching the life I thought I had crumble piece by piece. When he finally stormed out, disgust etched across his face, she reached for me. Please, she whispered. We can fix this. It didn't mean anything. I stepped back. It meant enough for you to lie. Enough for you to smirk and tell me not to ask. Her sob echoed as I left the room. The sound of a woman who had gambled everything and lost. That night, I slept in the guest room. I stared at the dark ceiling, my chest hollow, my body numb. She was just down the hall, crying softly into her pillow. But her tears didn't reach me anymore. The smirk had been the start. The silence was the end. And in between, love had died quietly, leaving only the echo of what once was.